Hello people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cian and this is my interview series where I meet some of my friends in VCs and I interview them. Then no explanation needed. This episode I'm with a very good friend and a Dokituber who's recently hit 4K. This is JQilin Gaming.
Hello.
First of all, congrats on 4K.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very happy to be here and I'm ready to make it my entire personality for the rest of this month.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed, stress free. I'm as happy could be. It's a beautiful start to the month. Uh, I'm just excited to be here.
Yeah, of course. So let's get straight into these questions. So question one is, for anyone that hasn't heard of you, or if you were to explain to someone, to like say a new guy has joined your streams, or like say, hey, I'm new, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Well, I would say that my name is JQilin Gaming. You can call me JQilin or J for short. Some people call me Killen, and that's fine with me. I started making DDLC content back in 2020, focusing on mainly playthroughs of different DDLC mods. Around the time of 2021, 2022, I started making my own DDLC mods because I wanted to make things that I would personally enjoy and add a little bit more variety into the community. That started with some YouTube's like mod series for my channel and one of my biggest projects and claim to fame is Doki Triple Trouble, which started production in early 2022 and came out February 2024, which is a 18 plus romantic comedy, first of its kind, that's centered around Natsuki and dealing with the consequences of infidelity, trust, and a coming of age story of learning how to love yourself again. And I've been here and I've been going strong 6 years. And like Cian said, just recently hit 4K.
Neat. So, what inspired you to start YouTube? Like, did your friends tell you about it in school, or did you see like people making videos and you thought, I want to do this, or was it something you've always wanted to do, like make stuff for people to enjoy?
It was something I've seen other people doing, and I've said I wanted to do it too. Back in 2012, I started watching mainly YouTube because I got tired of watching the same cartoons over and over again. And I've always enjoyed watching other people play and have fun and be able to do it for a living. And I've said I wanted to be able to do that too. I've also just naturally been a creative guy, and I've been an artist since I was a little kid. I love acting. I was an actor in secondary school, and I fell in love with that. So YouTube came around. It allowed me to combine all of those things, like creativity, my love of acting, my desire to make content that other people can enjoy and get behind. So in May of 2019, I uploaded my first YouTube video, figured out how to use OBS and all that stuff, and I just kept at it until I found something that worked.
That's pretty much most YouTubers at that point, but it's nice to see that you and a lot of others have been on a good path.
It's a tough path, but I found the more consistent you are and the more willing you are to adapt to find things that work out for you, the better your chances of success will be.
Nothing's easy, so of course there's gonna be like a few roadblocks and stuff. If there wasn't, then if there wasn't, like the journey would be, a bit boring.
Everybody would be doing this if it was super easy.
Yeah. So as we know, DDLC is almost 10 years old.
I know.
Yeah, 9 years this year. So, when you heard about DDLC, was it DDLC itself or was it DDLC Plus?
When I first heard of DDLC, it was the DDLC that came out in 2017 when I was just about to finish secondary school. I was introduced to DDLC by watching the Game Grumps play it, and I fell in love with the game from there, especially since I just started getting into visual novels, with my first visual novel being Katawa Shoujo, which if nobody's played, I'd recommend it because it is like the visual novels, like a great standard of what would introduce you to the world of visual novels. And it's a project that was made back in like 2004, and it still holds up to this day, which just goes to show the quality of it. But yeah, I watched the Game Grumps play it, fell in love with the series, and I've just been keeping up with DDLC ever since then.
For me, I've heard of it because Well, a few things really. First of all, I think it was 2018 when DDLC's somehow ended up on fucking BBC News.
Oh yeah.
And
Like being a threat to the children.
yeah. And I think how I thought was, I think Theory's death was what made me first see the game, and when I saw it, I was like, Jesus Christ, what happened to this girl? Then I looked into it, and then when I saw the series was depressed, I was like, oh fuck. But eventually I got more into like people playing it, like, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all them, seeing a few videos and songs, and overall I fell in love with the game, and obviously it introduced me to the one, the only, Sayori, and I love Sayori.
Of course.
I'm also a Yuri fan, so... Well, to be fair, I think compared to me and other fans, I like all the girls. It's just in order, I'd probably go Sayori, Yuri, Monika, and Natsuki. I don't hate Natsuki, it's just her character, I feel, is just something I wouldn't... I wouldn't connect to.
You don't think you get along with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as you said, in 2024, the mod Triple Trouble came out, and would you say the development was rocky, or was it like extremely fun to do?
The development of it was rocky for sure. It was my first big scale project, so there was a lot of learning and growing pains that came with that. In addition to that, there was infighting with the development team of Triple Trouble, because some of the people I started working on the project with decided to become very antagonistic towards me and try to sabotage not only the development of Triple Trouble, but sabotage my reputation as well, and my relationship with the wider community. So the people I started working on Triple Trouble with were not the people I finished the development of Triple Trouble with. But that is to say, after all the infighting and toxicity went away, development on the project became pretty fun overall, and I would say I'm definitely more than satisfied with the outcome of Triple Trouble as a whole.
Yeah, of course, like every team you get with, whether it's DDLC or any modern community in general, there's going to be a few issues here and there. It's mostly the right people you need to have, and obviously if you get people that turn out to be absolute assholes, it's not your fault because you didn't really know they turn into these kind of people.
That's true. It is true. You have to be very careful about who you decide to invite into your circle of people to work with. Sometimes it's hard to mix business with pleasure, like bringing friends to work on projects, because you could be friends in one instance, but you could be terrible like business and relationship partners in other sense. And when bad things do happen, you have to be able to figure out how you're going to resolve it on the fly the best and most effective way possible without things getting too messy or too emotional.
Yeah. And looking into the mod, when I watched it, it was actually, I think for its time, it was pretty unique. Like, it had a website, the menu was very unique, and the characters had unique traits. Like, I haven't seen a mod where Yuri's been in university. That's a very unique idea.
Well, the idea for that was basically everybody sees Yuri as the most mature and the oldest figure of the club. So I said that why don't we just actually make her the oldest member of the club by having her be a year ahead of the others. So by the time Triple Trouble takes place, Yuri's already in university and kind of looking from afar as sort of still a member of the club, but as sort of like an older advice figure for the characters in the story.
Yeah, and when I watched Kane Manga's playthrough of it, I noticed from what I saw that MC is, MC. So Yuri seems to be struggling on moving on from a rocky, not really a rocky relationship, it was more like a mutual end, but she probably seems submissive. And Monika's just a bitch.
Yeah, the first scene with Monika is Usually it feels like a slap across the face to everybody, but you'll warm up to Monica later on. I've heard a lot of people say that Monica ended up being their favorite character in Triple Trouble.
And probably the most notable thing I've noticed is Natsuki is very clingy.
Clingy?
Yeah.
See, the interesting thing about Triple Trouble Natsuki is this story, like, Triple Trouble is supposed to take place a year after the events of Act 1 happen, where Natsuki is actually a little bit more clingy than you would think she'd be, but it's only after you, like, really get to know her and everything, because she spent so much time dealing with people who treated her, who made fun of her and made her feel like lesser than, that the first time she found somebody who, like, really engaged with her, shared her same interests, and made her feel like a human being, once she felt like she can let her guard down around MC, she really started to, like, really want to be around him more. So I kind of lead into that, where this is a more advanced Natsuki who's, like, she still has some of the traits that still make her feel like herself, but she's more in the I'm embracing being with somebody and around somebody who, like, really knows who I am, kind of thing.
Yeah. I quite like the introduction scenes that happen when you meet characters for the first time. I thought that was unique, and more mods need to do that.
Yeah, that was definitely based off of the... If you ever played Super Smash Brothers or seen Super Smash Brothers advertisements, they would have little character unlock screens where they would show the character in, like, a little message about, like, you know, so-and-so joins the battle and whatnot. So yeah. I said, I think it'd be pretty cute if every time we introduced a new, like, important character to the story, they got a little, like, title card.
I think Yuri's was my favorite because it's just nothing there.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, that was pretty fun. That was pretty funny because, like, well, I mean, she's not here, so it'd be kind of weird to have her, like, come up even though she's not there. Some people liked it. Some people were like, why did you bring her there? And, like, I mean, I don't know. It's, at the end of the day, I think it worked out the way it did, especially since it would have ruined a surprise that I had planned for the end of the mod. Yeah. I'll put it that way. And all of the title cards were handmade myself, like, by me. Like, a lot of the fonts, like, well, not the fonts, but the lettering, like, for Natsuki, Sayori, and Monica, that was all hand done by me. Kazuya and the second half of Monica's font, where it said, like, all ambition, no inhibition, that was typed. But like, the backgrounds, the, like, fancy graffiti and everything, that was all done by hand.
That's pretty unique. And other things with the mod was, I think the humor was pretty good. I think my favorite one was, I don't know if it was MC and Natsuki walking, or, like, it was Monica and MC, but it was like someone was asking what MC was thinking about or what to be doing, and then MC goes drugs.
Oh yeah. That was the scene where Natsuki and MC were walking home, and MC was like, yeah, I don't recall ever participating or in any form of coitus, and Natsuki was like, how do you not recall something like that?
Drugs.
And MC says, drug.
And there's been, like, a lot of unique scenes as well, like the dancing scene.
Well, you haven't even gotten to that yet, though. I don't think.
Yeah, so, but I still know about it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, once you, like, see the whole, like, context of everything, you'll like, have a more of appreciation for it.
Yeah. I suppose, like, you want to ask, like, how long did that animation take of Natsuki dancing? Because I think it's 2 months.
The entire animatic from start to finish took 2 months. That's what pushed Triple Trouble from coming out December of 2023 to coming out in February of 2024, because everything else in Triple Trouble was done by the end of 2023. And we were scrambling to try to get it out, but I knew that I wanted, because the animatic was planned since the beginning of the second draft back in 2022. We said, like, that's what we planned on doing, but we were wondering how we're going to make it work and everything. So I said, you know what, I'm going to hunker down, I'm going to figure out how to do it all by hand, and I just did it. So And the funny thing about the animatic is you could tell that it took 2 months because the animation quality of the end of the animatic is way better than the animation quality at the beginning. As I was figuring out what the heck I was doing, and I was so tired. I was too tired to want to go back and try to fix the animation quality at the beginning. Also, I just wanted to get the mod out as quickly as possible, and I was just hoping that people could forgive me.
Yeah.
At the same time as well. So, but yes, overall, it took me 2 months to do.
And obviously it was worth it when I've seen it.
It was. I definitely felt like it was worth it at the end. During the process, it was so hard. I just felt like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. This is so hard. Like, this is awful. But then I would see the progress I'd made and how everything's coming to life, and that just motivated me to keep going until it was all said and done.
What do you think, when the mod came out, was the most talked about scene?
The most talked about scene? Well, there's definitely the first H scene between MC and Natsuki. The scene where they walk home together. The scene. Oh, well, there's a scene with MC and Sayori that happens later on during a critical moment of the story. That was definitely highly talked about. For anybody who played Triple Trouble, the kitchen scene with Sayori and MC, you guys will know what I'm talking about. But it's that and the play scene, because there's a play scene that happens toward the end of the mod. That was also pretty talked about as well.
If I'm to take a guess with the kitchen scene, is that where Sayori yells at MC and leaves him?
Yes, but you need to know. You need to understand how it even came to that in the first place.
Yeah.
But yes, that is the scene where Sayori yells at MC and leaves.
What was the feedback like when the mod came out?
A lot of people were very unhappy with MC because of that scene, for some of the things he said to Sayori in that instance. And it was interesting because some people were upset at MC for what he said to Sayori, but some people were also upset at Sayori for what she did to MC to even get the both of them to that point in the first place. Which is what I wanted out of that exchange, where both sides had a right to be upset at each other, and nobody walks away feeling like a winner in that instant.
So both in the wrong kind of situation.
It's like they're both in the wrong, but they're both in the... I don't want to say they're both in the right, but they both have justifications for why they feel the way that they do. But yeah, they're both in the wrong.
Yeah. When the mod came out, obviously people nowadays are 50-50 with it. Some love it, some hate it. Does the hate affect you, or do you not care?
I mean, the hate did affect me at earlier on, when I had a bunch of people who just didn't understand the concept of the story, told me how terrible of a person I am for the things that I did to these characters. Having people tell me that I should, die for the things that I've done, and how I've mischaracterized Natsuki and some of these other characters, even though a lot of these people barely understand the characters themselves to even make a claim like that in the first place. Then there's also the very blatant amount of racism that I've seen when it came to some people being unhappy that a black man is the main character of the story. And dealing with that was very interesting, to say the least.
Community really makes no sense at times.
No, it doesn't. But eventually I learned that it's not... I have no control over that. So all I have is control over myself and appreciation for the people who love Triple Trouble and have given me nothing but complete praise and respect for all the work that went into it. So those are the people that I care about and want to put my attention towards. All these other people who do the things that they do and say the things that they say, they just get to... They're going to stay over there on their side of the internet.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay over online.
I guess the final two questions about Triple Trouble are like, when you were writing about it, was the MC in your head like pretty much you in the situation, or was it like someone who you used to be like in school?
Because I think you said Triple Trouble was like based on the personal experience you had.
Well, the story of Triple Trouble was inspired by my last year of secondary school. And some people want to very cynically and venomously say that this is just a blatant self-insert story, when if I wanted to make this a self-insert, I would have written Triple Trouble very, very differently. Now, in regards to the MC itself, now, I guess you could say it's a self-insert in the technical sense that I'm basing a story off of my own lived experience, sure, but aside from that argument, I'm going to say that Triple Trouble is not really a self-insert in like the more conventional sense. Now, in regards to the MC himself, first I'll say the race and skin color of the MC doesn't really matter, because you can take any person, you can replace the MC with any person of any skin tone, and the story doesn't change whatsoever. The only reason why I made the MC black was just because I've never seen anybody else do that before in a DDLC project, and I thought that would be a pretty interesting change of pace. Another thing to help Triple Trouble stand out from the rest of the mods out there. Now, in regards to the MC's personality himself and whether or not he's a direct, whether like the MC's me or not, when we were writing Triple Trouble, we made the MC different from me in like many ways, and wanted to make him feel more like his own person, trying to find his own way in his life. Because there's some decisions that MC made in Triple Trouble that I personally would not have made if I was in that world, in that situation too. And there are a few other elements that were left out for the sake of the making sure that the narrative of Triple Trouble flowed well and was well paced. Long story short, MC is not a self-insert because we wrote him to be less like me and more of his own independent person who made his own decisions and had his own character arc for the story.
When you were writing the mod at the time, were you a bit nervous of how, like, when writing, say, Natsuki, for example, were you worried that, like, she was going to be out of character, or would you, like, you didn't care?
I didn't think she'd be out of character because the girl I based her off of was like Natsuki in many, many ways. Just she had brown hair and green eyes instead of pink hair and pink eyes. Because they're both short, they both love manga and anime, they both love baking, they both had a single abusive parent, they both wanted to be seen as desirable by the opposite sex. They both had some spice to them. So the list goes on, but the similarities were there to where I could write Natsuki in this way and it would still be believable, one. And then two, it also just took the ability of abstracting what could happen with a character that had these kind of traits to them, which is possible if you've been around enough people and you know basic human psychology.
Yeah. So, in March or April of 2025, I released my first mod to the DDLC community known as the New Kids. And I wanted to know if you heard of me before, or you saw the New Kids and that's who you heard of me for the first time.
I heard of you from your collab that you were doing with Dokituber, but I didn't really know that much about you at the time. That was just what I was familiar with. I really didn't get to know you though until I saw the New Kids on being announced on Reddit and thought, oh, I might check this out at some point. This seems interesting. It seems like something I could play through and get some commentary out of.
Yeah, and you played it, gave your feedback on it, and it's, I guess, to shorten your thoughts on it, it could have been better.
I mean, there are some things that the new kids did well, but I could tell while I was reading through it, if this felt like a project that was trying to do a lot, and it was being written by somebody who didn't have enough experience to manage a project that size. And it's sad to see when you have somebody who's trying to do too much too soon and you don't have the experience for it, because usually they're coming from a good place and the project has potential to be quite good. Another example of that was Infinity Pens. Infinity Pens was a project that suffered from doing too much too soon with a creator that wasn't experienced enough to get it done. And I didn't want you to go through what Oreo's going through right now with everybody thinking his mod sucks and nobody wanting to play it. Because if you're going to put that much effort into making a DDLC mod, which is essentially making your own video game, then I would want people to not only play it, but enjoy it.
Yeah, I do agree. I think looking back, I could have done a lot better, but at the same time, I'm happy I was able to make the mod because in a way, I guess I got myself out there. And
well, you got yourself out there and you learned some valuable skills, which I would say is definitely worth way more than you think.
yeah, and plus I took the feedback that I got, not like, oh, they hate my mod, I'm not going to listen to them. I took the feedback and said, you know what, I'll try and improve it. And I did what I could.
It's a very healthy mentality right there.
Yeah. I think New Kids was more of a stepping stone for me. I think Fresh Start will be something I'll be proud of when it's out. Because what I've seen so far, I think my ability in writing has greatly improved.
I think Fresh Start is for what I've seen of it so far, is a good step in the right direction for you.
Yeah. Obviously you've been in the community since 2019, 2020. You think it's been good for the past few years, or do you think it's been a roller coaster of emotions?
You could tell the overall quality of product in DDLC has declined and then plateaued from the heyday of DDLC modding from 2019 to 2022 was the heyday of DDLC, where most of the higher quality projects and the average quality of project was enjoyable. That was when that was going on. Nowadays, you're getting the same sort of projects being put out that are of a lower quality than that came out in the past, admittedly, with a few exceptions here and there, but it's starting to feel like there's a noticeable stagnation of improvement. And mainly that's because a lot of the most creative people and a lot of the most passionate people in the community either retired, graduated, or got bullied and harassed out of the community, or canceled out of the community.
Yeah. I guess we'll stick on the community for a bit. What do you feel is the best mod you've seen out of the years of DDLC modding?
Man, I made a whole tier list live stream on my channel just talking about this very thing. But some of the best mods that I can name off the top of my head would be Dreams of Literature Noir, Keeper of Reality, Act 1 and 2. I would say What Spring Feels Like, Ego Death, Moth Club, Left Behind, and I would put I Am Monica up there too. So there are definitely more mods out there that I consider to be very good, if not masterpieces. But those are just a few off the top of my head that if anybody were to ask me what mods they should play, aside from my own, of course, then I would suggest those.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the rain clouds are gone. I can't forget about that too.
And obviously people love especially in the DDLC community, they love like hot takes and opinions. Well, nowadays you probably can't have an opinion in the DDLC community. Sorry, not sorry.
Unfortunately.
What do you think is hands down the worst mod you've played? Because you have been streaming a lot of mods.
Well, that depends. Worst mod in terms of what? Like, worst mod in terms of story, worst mod in terms of coding, worst overall mod. Like, there's different ways that we could look at this.
I guess I'll narrow it down to 3 categories. I guess the first one we'll start off is worst story.
Worst story would have to be probably Find Date or Focus on Me, I would say.
Were they like just boring, or like you just wouldn't get yourself interested?
Unfunny, uninspired, coding not the best, and I just couldn't get into it, yeah. Oh, this is Monica. Sorry, I'm going to be fine. Look at me.
Obviously, if people are gonna like complain, we're just giving opinions on the mod itself, not the creators.
Of course.
I guess the second category could be, like you said, worst coding.
Okay, worst coding would be, again, Focus on Me and one of these underground kind of like niche mods, like Hatsune Miku joins the literature club, to where the coding was so bad I had to spend 10 minutes just trying to get the darn thing to work so I could play it, because the guy who made it had no clue how to export the mod properly. But once I did get it to work, I actually thought the project was quite nice. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. It was Hatsune Miku came into the DDLC world and all the girls talked
like
to Hatsune Miku.
A shitpost mod.
I mean, the thing is, it was a mod that, like, you could say that, yeah, but it felt like a niche thing that somebody like was like a Hatsune Miku fan. They wanted to make this. They didn't really care how good or bad it was. They just made it for them, and they put it out there. I was like, okay, I could appreciate this for what it is. It's not pretentious. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and it did what it needed to do, and I like that.
I guess the final category, I'm gonna mix it up a bit. I'm gonna have 2 in one. So, worst characterization of Dokis, and the second will be the worst original character.
Okay, worst characterization would have to go to Convergence and Vigilante, by far. Worst original character, from what I've heard, Secret Future.
If you're gonna stream that, just good luck to you. You're in for a treat.
Yeah, if what I heard about Secret Future is true, then I think Joe would have to be the worst character ever created.
Yeah, obviously you have a mascot of your channel named Kiki, who appears in Triple Trouble.
Yes, I do.
What was the idea for her? Like, did you suggest her, or did a friend come up with her?
Well, Kiki is the mascot for my channel, and it's something that I came up with myself. Wanted to have a fun little character to be the face of, my branding, and someone I could utilize in future projects. Her main debut being Triple Trouble. I also wanted MC to have a cute girl that he could talk to by the end of the story to help showcase the character growth he's gotten from throughout the story of Triple Trouble, where he learned how to believe in himself more and understand that he's worth more than what he previously thought he was. So before, he wouldn't have thought he could get a girl like Kiki at the end of the story, but now, after making the right choices and building himself as a man, he said, you know what? Not only do I deserve more, but I think I really do think I have a lot to offer a girl like this. So he decides to shoot a shot, and depending on the choices he made back in school, he'll either mess up or he'll successfully score a date with Kiki.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice to see an original character that you make appear in not only your own mod, but other people's mods as well. Like, the main example is Finn's Dokituber Adventure Time.
Yes, that is true, because Finn was a supporting character in Triple Trouble that got a new lease on life in Finn TDK's series, Doki Doki Literature Time, which, guys, check it out if you haven't already, because both Kiki and Finn are big characters in that series. But it is fun seeing some characters that I made get more time in the spotlight and get more use out of that, because they're good quality sprites that were commissioned, and it's nice to see them getting more use.
Yeah, and I've announced that she will be appearing in Fresh Start, which I've had a lot of fun writing her as a character along with everyone else, and I think the dynamic I have in mind will be pretty fun.
And I'm looking forward to see how that goes based on what you've shown me already.
Yeah, and I think it's fun having like unique characters and mods, because while it's okay to have, like, the Dokis and MC and like stuff, it's also okay, like, try new things, be unique with DDLC modding, because something I feel we need to bring back with the community. There's nothing wrong with being unique. Like, we don't need to repeat Act 1 or the same old stuff. Like, you can obviously bring stuff from base game and give your own twist on it, like, say, for example, Serious Depression. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing your own twist on it. That's what I feel when it comes to mods.
Yeah. I wish people would be more open to doing experimentation and giving their characters more character. But unfortunately, we're in a day and age where people say, oh, my comfort character can't have anything bad happen to them ever. And because of that, it greatly limits the storytelling potential of what people can do, and it makes these projects feel a lot more samey, which again is what I was talking about, the stagnation of projects over the years. Because a lot of these projects, they'll have good coding, they'll have good music, they'll have a lot of good artwork that would make you think, ooh, this is a great project because they put so much effort into it. But the issue is they'll have great coding, great artwork, and all this polish with a good UI, but the stories would just be so flaccid, uninspired, poorly written, boring, that you just can't help but not be invested in it. And for me, it's like, it doesn't matter how fancy the bells and whistles are, or how many keys you jingle in my face. If the story is not that good or not that interesting, then I can't really get into it.
Yeah, that's like the most important thing with DDLC. Like, it can have the most beautiful artwork, the most passionate music, and the coding will be like off the wall. But it's the story that is the most important when it comes to like a DDLC mod.
Or anything really. The story is the most important thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely for a DDLC mod to be enjoyable for sure.
I do plan to have a few like unique twists and takes when it comes to Fresh Start. Like, obviously, I guess two examples I'll give you is, and they both relate to Yuri, because if you guys don't know, Jay recently made a video on what people get wrong about Yuri.
I did. It's a great video.
And I still need to watch that
Still
video.
doing well.
I still need to watch that video.
Wow, fake friend.
Yeah, two things I'll be doing with Yuri is, first of all, I'm going to be having her character be, she wants to become a novelist. Like, she has a lot of interest in books, so she wants to write her own one. Because I thought at the time that would be unique idea for Yuri.
I like that idea.
The second one I had was, and I talked to Finn about this, was I don't think Natsuki should be the only baker. I wanted to have it be that Yuri becomes a baker as well.
So she's a novelist and a baker?
Well, she wants to be a novelist, but she's recently gotten to baking because of Natsuki.
Oh, interesting.
I was thinking,
and I guess perhaps the both of them can become friends because of that.
well, yeah, or I just haven't. It might be they are friends to begin with. You never know. But I was thinking Natsuki would make cakes and stuff, and Yuri can just make cookies and stuff to start off with.
I mean, I think it would be good character development for both Natsuki and Yuri's relationship, as well as Yuri in general, that she gets a better understanding of who Natsuki is by doing stuff that she's already good at, especially since Yuri's trying to learn. And Yuri getting a new perspective on life with working with Natsuki and seeing where she misjudged her would help her in writing, because sometimes with writing you need to understand the different perspectives of other people, especially if you don't agree with them on certain things, and maybe evaluating where you were wrong about some things, and that might influence Yuri to take on writing a different subject that she may not have done before, introduce a character in a different way that she may not have done before. And over time, it just helps Yuri become a more well-rounded person, because she's not so closed-minded as she was in the past.
Yeah, I guess other ideas I've taken a dabbling with. Natsuki could be into maybe trading cards or something. I remember I said to you on the stream once I'd have it be as a joke, and Natsuki and Yuri play Pokemon.
Yes. I remember that, because we were talking about funny scenarios that the characters could get into.
Yeah. Sayori, if I was to come up with something for Sayori, I was thinking I could see her probably be a teacher or something to Cian in the mod. She helps them along with his other friends in the mod. Because starting a new skill is never easy for someone. Especially if you're a transfer student.
And I think, well, no, that's definitely true. Starting anything new or being put in any new environment is always emotionally taxed and mentally taxing.
Yeah. And Monica is gonna have the popular girl type character, but she won't be, a rude character. She doesn't mind being popular, it's just at the same time she doesn't want to be overwhelmed.
Okay.
And obviously...
Okay, I know what archetype you're talking about.
Yeah. And then obviously, she's a party person. I just think Monica being a party person would be a little funny to add.
Well, nobody's really done that before.
Yeah, I'm hoping the ideas I have will be unique stuff. Obviously there'll be a few things I'll take from the base game, but like I said, I'll give my own twist on it. I just want
to. So far it sounded pretty unique, yeah.
I just want to make sure if I take something from the base game, I don't write it as if I'm making fun of the idea, or I'm just derailing the entire thing.
Oh no, of course not. I don't think so. I don't think most people go into DDLC intending to make fun of it or deride it in a demeaning way.
Yeah. I guess the final question I have for you is, you've been doing DDLC content for a good while, and I guess I'm just asking, with some people coming and going, do you see yourself being one of those people very soon, or are you thinking, I've got a few years left in the tank with DDLC?
God willing, I'll be here for a while making more DDLC content because I have too many ideas that I want to complete before I decide to move on. So I'm still gonna be here until like I said, until everything's all said and done for me. I accomplished everything I wanted to do, and I feel like I can start focusing my attention elsewhere.
Yeah, same with me. Even if I do leave the community, I'm still going to be a huge DDLC fan.
Alright, DDLC till you DIE, I believe you said to me before.
Yeah, I did say that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Obviously, go subscribe to Jay. He's reached 4K. Let's get to 5K now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And obviously, check out Triple Trouble. Don't if you're not over 18.
Yes, like I said before, 18 plus project, so you have to be 18 plus to play it.
Yeah, and obviously subscribe to me for more videos coming soon, and updates on Fresh Start will be, well, whenever. Maybe in the coming days I could maybe get a teaser out of some gameplay. You never know.
Everybody subscribe to Cian so you can stay tuned for more Fresh Start updates, so you can see more Kiki.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say before I end this?
Thank you again for having me on, and I hope we get to do more stuff like this in the future.
Oh, definitely. We will. Yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching.
Alright, bye-bye.